Hello everybody, this is Pastor David. I'm coming to you from the Community Church of Mount Pleasant in this beautiful scenic town of Mount Pleasant on a lovely day. I cannot believe that it is November 9. Wow, it's just amazing to me that we're in November and I am got my festive on. I love Christmas music. I've been playing it. I really need to do some Christmas shopping. I haven't started that yet, but man, I love Thanksgiving coming up. It's going to be a great month. In fact, the next couple of weeks I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Thanksgiving, but today I want to talk to us a little bit about something that's I think will be interesting for you. But man, thanks for joining us today. I am so excited. I'm a little bit tired because I have a confession to make. I stayed up and watched it all last night. I did. I always have. I stay up late anyway, but I am intrigued by that process, the political process, and I've always stayed up and watched the results and the tallies and all that. So I did, and I stayed up and saw it, and I was amazed and encouraged and just many emotions last night. So. And you probably, a lot of you did too. So hopefully there's not too many bags under my eyes. But you know what? God is God. Regardless of who won the election, God still got up this morning and the sun came up, and God is still God and He always will be. And who won the election does not alter what God has called us to do as individuals and as His church, the Community Church of Mount Pleasant. In fact, it should inspire us to be more aggressive at doing what God has called us individually and as a church to do. And that is not necessarily be wrapped up in the political world, but go and preach the gospel into all the world, because people are going to die and go to hell without Jesus. That's our command. That's not a suggestion. And the second thing is to go make disciples. In church, it is time for us to get busy. Let's get up and go to work. Let's do what God has really called us. Let me ask you a question. Are you making disciples? And is that what you're spending your time and money doing in this day before Jesus Christ comes back? And He also said, love God with all your heart, soul, mind, with everything you got, and love your enemies yourself. Wow. You know what? My hands are full. I don't have to get into politics to get back to what God has really commanded us to do. So I'm excited to be here today to be able to speak to you through this video. Some quick announcements. We had a great day Sunday. We had an incredible prayer time, and just it was a wonderful time, and I'm glad you were able to be here. If not, I'll look for you this Sunday, 10:30, Mount Pleasant Elementary School. We're kind of into this holiday mode with our church. We have some neat things coming up November 20th. We have a soup kitchen for our missions team. We have some Operation Christmas Child events coming up, so you need to get those boxes ready. We have some things at church if you need some things with that. We have a Parents' Day Out and a Parents' Night Out, December 3rd, December 9th, as we'll be giving you the chance to go shopping and go do stuff with your spouse and leave your kids with us. We have our church Christmas production called Our Gift, His Presence, coming up December 11th. Just a lot of good stuff. And also the Mount Pleasant Christmas Parade, December 10th. We'll be in that. Our church will be in that. So get a bulletin. It has everything in it, and we try to communicate well. If you can get us on our Facebook page, and we would love to keep you involved. Well, I want to get right into the text today. Exodus chapter 18. This is a very unique passage. And I want you to really focus with me today on this short passage. I've been thinking about the election, and I've been burdened about us as Christ-following citizens and our responsibility to do what God really wants us to do. And this passage has an interesting twist in regards to this kind of a governing structure. It's not specifically about the government, but it kind of is, because this gives us infrastructure. If you're a business person, if you're a corporate person, if you're someone who is involved just in business in any way, or even in your family, this is a prototype. This is a a template, so to speak, for the way that we can be organized to get things done. Exodus chapter 18. This is an amazing scenario here. And what we see is Moses, and he is leading his people, God's people. Moses has been chosen by God to be the leader, the president, so to speak, of all these children of Israel, God's people, God's children. And Moses is their guy. And so he's struggling. He's having a hard time because it's an overwhelming task. Have you ever experienced and felt like you're just kind of overwhelmed by your responsibility? Maybe at work, maybe as a father or mother, maybe with your church, maybe with some kind of an organization that you're involved with, and you're overwhelmed. Listen to this. Exodus chapter 18. We'll start with verse 13. It came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from morning unto evening. Moses was leading all this people, and so he would meet with these people, and he would judge them and counsel them and talk to them and lead them, and they lined up all day. It was a daunting task for Moses. It was overwhelming. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, "What is this that thou doest to the people?" Now, enter father-in-law. So, here's a little side note. Listen to your in-laws, because that's what Moses did, and he did. And so Moses' father-in-law said, "Why sittest thou thyself alone?" That's the key. Why do you sit here alone, and all the people stand by thee from morning unto evening? You're trying to do this all by yourself, Moses. Come on, man. That's not smart. And Moses said unto his father-in-law, "Because the people come unto me to inquire of God." Well, they want to come and they want counsel and they want to be led, and I have to do this. I feel it's what I have to do, and all these people, and I feel this. You ever feel that kind of responsibility? Well, I know I shouldn't do it this way, and I know I work too much and all this, but I have to do it. And when they have a matter, they come to me, and I judge between one and another, and I do make them know the statutes of God. I lead these people. They need leadership. They need me. Well, watch what Moses' father-in-law, by the way, his name is Jethro, and he says this. Moses' father-in-law said unto him, "The thing that thou doest is not good." Whoa. Jethro, do you know who you're talking to here? This is Moses. You don't tell Moses that he's not doing things the right way. Well, Jethro did, because he was his father-in-law. And he said, "What you're doing is not good. Thou will surely wear away." Translation, you're going to burn out, buddy. You're going to burn out, and you won't be any good to anybody when you're laying over there in the hospital of a heart attack or stress or high blood pressure. You're going to wear away. You got to work, watch, you got to work smarter, not harder. Now think about that. Some of y'all are going to get under conviction because you need to work smarter and not harder. Because you work hard. You work too hard. You will surely wear away, both you and all this people that is with you. For this thing is too heavy for you. You are not able to perform it yourself alone. Moses, you can't do it by yourself. What incredible advice. It saved his life. Maybe you need to listen to someone, maybe your father-in-law, maybe your mom or your dad or a friend or a colleague or a fellow Christian. Maybe you need to hearken and listen, and somebody says, "You need to slow down. You're going to kill yourself." Listen now, verse 19, unto my voice. I will give you counsel, and God shall be with you. Be thou for the people to Godward, so that thou mayest bring the causes unto God. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you, Moses. Now he's going to lay it out, and I'm going to finish up here. Moses' father-in-law Jethro says, "Stop, Moses. You're going to burn yourself out. You need some help. Quit trying to do it all yourself." Do you need to hear that today? He's laying out. "For thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shalt show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do." You got to teach them. You got to quit doing it all yourself. You got to teach them. "Moreover," and here's the key, Thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers over thousands and hundreds and fifties and tens. You know what he's doing? He is setting up infrastructure for a business, for a church, for a government, for a country. He's saying, Moses, you can't do it all yourself. You need to go recruit good men who are godly, who are men of integrity and character and experience, and teach them so that they can lead like you lead. That, folks, is how you build a church. This pastor can't build this church by himself. I can't do it. Sometimes I try, and shame on me. I will burn out. I can't visit everybody. And don't get all upset if the preacher didn't come to see me. Well, don't get your little feelings hurt, because I can't do everything. Now, if I'm smart, I'm going to recruit and train and enlist character-driven people who have integrity, who love God, and let them lead. Wow. If you do this thing, God commands you so, then you will be able to endure. And all this people also shall go to their place in peace. And verse 24, and I close with this. So Moses hearkened, he listened to the voice of his father-in-law, and did all that he said. Folks, that is a great word from the Word. Maybe there's a Jethro in your life that's been telling you, maybe it's your spouse, your children, Daddy, slow down. Honey, you got to slow down. Quit trying to do it all yourself. You're going to burn out. You're going to hurt. And you're going to hurt your family, and you're going to hurt your church, and you're going to hurt your business. Enlist and recruit and train and release them to go out there and do the job. You and I need to begin to work ourselves out of a job every day. Well, Pastor, no, that's pride. That is pride. Just admit it. It's pride thinking that I have to do it. I have to be everyone's hero and everyone's savior. No, you don't. That's pride. You need to be smart enough to recruit and train and enlist and release people to go do the work that God's called us to do. Wow, I've got to stop there. What a word. That's how we're going to build the church, the community church of Mount Pleasant. That's how any successful corporation is going to be done. That's how our country is going to be run, by people of integrity, and release them and let them lead. Thank you for joining me. I love you. I hope you'll come to our church sometime. If not, you just keep tuning in. God bless you, and you have a fantastic week. We'll see you soon.